Have you ever felt stucker than stuck and then felt like throwing in the towel? How many times have you heard someone say, "I give up. I can't do this blank anymore"? Fill in the blank. If you've ever felt like giving up due to frustration, disappointment, or fear, you're so not alone. Feeling stuck along the path is a normal obstacle that many people encounter along their journey. The problem with acting on the feeling is that your soul will be pushing you to up level. What this means is that if you give up on something that your soul really wants you to do, at some point you'll be compelled to start over, get yourself back to that place where you left off, and face that very same hurdle again, possibly in a different circumstance. You could start something and give up dozens of times, or you could just refuse to up-level ever again out of fear of facing that obstacle again. How many people do you know who have given up on a dream because they've hit a tough obstacle? There's really only one healthy option: persevere. Here's how I like to look at the growth process. Imagine that you're climbing a mountain. You might be winding up the path at a nice, steady pace. The sun could be shining. It's a beautiful day, and all is well with your world. Then you might stop to explore a cave in the side of the mountain. Now, inside that cave, it's dark, it's dank, it's cold. It might be scary inside that cave. Who knows what might be lurking in the dark? But you have to find something in that cave. Even if you don't want to be in the cave anymore, there's a part of yourself that knows there's a reason you are in there. The sunny path can be likened to times when you're residing in joy, when you're going with the flow. Some irrational beliefs may arise for your attention while you're out in the sunshine, but you'll quickly be able to just apply compassion and update your beliefs with grace and ease. The cave could be likened to hitting an internal obstacle. You can go no further until you find out whatever it is you need to find in that cave. If you give up and go back down the mountain, you'll just find yourself climbing back up here again in 6 months, a year, 10 years, your next lifetime, however long it takes you to do whatever it needs for you to do inside the cave. What I like to suggest is that when you find yourself in that dark place, the cave, feeling frustrated, angry, upset, afraid, or whatever it feels when you're in that place, instead of giving up, get interested. What piece of information is stored in here that is keeping you stuck? You can imagine finding a stash of equipment, strap on a headlight, grab a flashlight, pick up a pickaxe, go exploring. Know that just outside the sun is still shining, and even though it feels drafty in here, all is still well in your world. See what is inside this cave. Be willing to look in the nooks and the crannies, under the rocks, and down inside all of the tunnels. If you can do this from a place of curiosity, joy, and the innocence of a child, you will experience nothing short of delight every time you discover another irrationality that was hiding in the dark recesses of your consciousness. When you unearth the one you came to find, it'll feel like you just struck gold. You'll have a moment of unadulterated triumph. Maybe even give a shout of Eureka! And you will find yourself right back out in the sunshine, free to run further up the mountain. Remember my story about Randy from number 83? Randy had truly thought he could never be happy. He was stuck in a cave along his journey. There was no easy way out. Randy decided to persevere. He became willing to look into his internal darkness from a place of acceptance, if not excitement. Randy took his time exploring his old limiting beliefs. He discovered many layers of irrationality that had contributed to his lack of happiness. He finally hit upon a belief that said something like, "Life sucks, and then you die." This was it. This was the golden nugget that had been keeping him suffering for so many years. He realized that he'd decided early on in life that he was powerless to change that idea. He truly thought his life did suck and that he'd always be miserable. Once he decided he was not powerless, that he was in fact connected to an infinite source of power, he decided he did have the power to change his mind. Randy claimed his power. He decided that life was wonderful, a wonderful, exciting adventure filled with infinite possibility. In the process of updating his view on life, he accessed inner joy for the very first time. As Randy soaked in the energy of joy, he instantly acknowledged that happiness was indeed not out there somewhere in the future, but that he had had access to it all along, right inside. Randy's depression lifted immediately, and he's been residing in joy ever since. If you feel stuck at any time, know that this is an opportunity for you to go exploring. Imagine that your goal is to gather as much information as you can find about your issue, whatever it is causing you to feel stuck. What do you think about this? How do you feel about this? What does it remind you of? Have I ever felt this way before? Write about it. Talk about it out loud to yourself or to a trusted friend. Write down any and all irrationalities that you come across. Persevere until you hit that vein of gold. Say, "I now persevere if I get stuck." I now view this from the perspective of excitement, seeing it as an opportunity to gather more information about my obstacle. Action step. If you find yourself stuck along your journey, persevere. Cultivate an attitude of joy and excitement as you explore your personal obstacles. Declaration. I am willing to persevere when I feel stuck. I now view my obstacles from a perspective of joy and excitement. I now curiously explore my consciousness as I hold in the knowing that all is well in my world. Many blessings of joy and vibrant freedom